want to talk about that Sunday night game.
Yeah, so let's get down to the Sunday night game.
I haven't.
Your boy Caleb Williams, last year's second pick overall, rookie of the year last season of CJ Stroud for the Texans, all in Texas. It looked good in the beginning, but there still wasn't much of a push on the offensive line for DeAndre Swift to really make something happen. The guards looked like they were owned on every play, and then
All
the
you need to
pass was
know.
hit into the backfield.
All you need to know about DeAndre Swift and potential holes to run through. He had 14 carries for 10 yards.
Bruh.
He didn't average 1 yard a carry.
His for the year so far,
And I can't say that's his fault. He wasn't dancing around,
no, it wasn't his fault.
trying to
It
get
wasn't.
around the corner. He was
They were
running
in the
into a pile of
backfield.
bodies.
And the past 2 weeks, he's averaging for the season. It's a young season, but 2 yards a carry for the season
Pathetic.
for a running back of his talent. The dude has talent. There's no question about it. Now you can really focus on that offensive line and wonder what the heck is happening. I thought they addressed that offensive line. I thought with everything else they've ordered, Keenan Allen didn't play yesterday, but with everything else they have, they still should have been able to do something, at least something on the road against Houston. But Houston also another good team too. CJ Stroud picking up where he left off last season.
So you have to give the Houston Astros coaching staff credit because the first half, huh? Who that's
Houston Texans. You said the Astros.
Oh my bad,
bro, we in baseball, man.
The,
yeah,
the Houston Oilers. Navy Blue. You know who I'm talking about. You gotta give their coaches credit. First half, Caleb Williams looked real comfortable. He's dropping dimes, hitting guys in stride, making good passes. He was 5 for 5 on the initial drive, and it looked like, all right, here we go. Texans scored 3, Bears scored 3. Texans went down and scored a touchdown. Bears had to punt, but the defense kept it close. Second half, they just came after Williams, play after play after play. They're like, we got this rookie. We're gonna get in his face. We're gonna knock him on his ass. Let's see how he responds. He didn't have time to do what he was doing in the first half. And then, he gets sacked 4 times. He gets hit from the blind side, 3rd and 1, and they decide they're not going to block Will Anderson. What is that?
Was he sacked like 7 times total?
I thought I heard 6, but today I heard 7. It was 6 or 7. I mean, anything over 4. 4 is a lot.
Not either way.
Right. 4 is a lot. 6, 7. I mean, but on the 3rd and 1, Will Anderson wreaks havoc.
A pass rushing
beast. He's a fucking monster. And you decide you're going to have Cole Kmet come in motion and he's the guy you want him to block. Man, he just went around him like he wasn't even there.
Yeah, a turnstile, man.
Blew up Caleb Williams. The Texans coaches made adjustments and the Bears coaches didn't. That's the biggest takeaway I have from last night's game. The second biggest takeaway, you alluded to it, the offensive line. They cannot they cannot open holes for the run game. They can't pass protect. What are they doing? And then you see Eberflus challenging plays that you see the one replay. It's not like you need a different angle. You can see from the initial replay. It's not something you should challenge. And he's throwing the flag. That's what got Lovie Smith fired, I believe. Like, they're saying, I don't know why they're challenging. You can see, and then, of course, they lose their timeout. They lose another timeout. Lost both their challenges on plays that weren't even really close. So that brings me to what I was saying before the draft, after last season, after the draft. Why get a number 1 pick quarterback, bring in a new offensive coordinator, and keep the same head coach? It makes no sense. If this season goes sideways and they win 6 games, you're going to keep Eberflus again? If you don't, then what? He's gone. You got a whole new regime, and now you're doing the same thing you did to Justin Fields. New coach, new offense coordinator, new offense he has to learn. What the fuck are the Bears doing?
He has that built-in excuse. Like most coaches would have that built-in excuse. You bring in a quarterback, a rookie quarterback, regardless of when he was taken. If he's your starter, he's young, that's every excuse in the book. And if he's making incremental improvement game after game, but just not enough even to live up to expectations that you had before the season, I mean, you go into the meeting after the year, you know what, we're looking good. If all we need is another season, we need to get that gel. We got everybody here now for a full season coming into this season. And that may be the argument he could make to be the quarterback to be the coach next season. I'm not going to say regardless, because if it falls down completely, he's got to go.
They blew 3 games where they had double-digit fourth quarter leads, and they lost them all. That's the first time in history it ever happened, and he gets to keep his job. Nah, man, I let that go. Let's see how it goes. But it reared its head early this year. I mean, now the whole league knows. All you gotta do is blitz Caleb Williams. They can't block us. We're gonna be in his face.
Yeah, about to say that's almost any rookie, but that offensive line is the huge problem. I don't think that's the issue that CJ Stroud had last year with his offensive line, and he could move around a little. Caleb could move around a little bit. We see the arm strength, but it just all fell into place last year for CJ Stroud, and now they're gelling together. I think the coaching.
But what's crazy? The
coach helps too.
What's crazy with all of that? They had a chance to win the game at the end. They had the ball. If they go down and score,
the defense is working though. The defense is not the problem.
But they're good. That's typical Bears. I mean, think about all those years with Urlacher and Briggs and Akeem Hicks and all those guys. Akeem Hicks, he was with 52 Mac.
Didn't Jerry Azuma play there before years ago?
Yeah, they had and Peanut Tillman and those guys.
Peanut was a beast, bro.
That defense, they got wasted year after year after year. And then players will be like, or players, stupid ass fans, all that defense isn't good. Look, they lost 27-9. If you spend 40 minutes out of a 48-minute game on the field, you're gonna get tired. Of course, you're gonna give up points. But they don't look they scored 28 of those 40 points in the second half.
10
and right.
I know all about that crap last season with the Jets.
You can only be on the field so long, man. And it looks like the same old Bears. Good defense, really good defense, terrible offense, and it looks like it's just going to be a repeat of years past. I can't believe it.